Okay, we do the Zerg campaign. It's great. Let's go right into it. Zerg campaign, the Overmind. The swarms have crushed the meager human resistance and laid waste to 9 of the 13 Terran worlds. Shortly after the fall of the Terran capital world of Tarsonis, the main Protoss fleet abandoned the Terran sector. Now, efforts continue on Tarsonis to weed out the remaining Protoss forces.
Awaken, my child, and embrace the glory that is your birthright. Know that I am the Overmind, the eternal will of the Swarm, and that you have been created to serve me. Behold that I shall set you amongst the greatest of my Cerebrates, that you might benefit from their wisdom and experience. Yet your purpose is unique. While they carry forth my will to the innumerable broods, you have but one charge entrusted to your care. For I have found a creature that may yet become the greatest of my agents. Even now, it resides within a protective chrysalis, awaiting its rebirth into the swarm. You must watch over the chrysalis and ensure that no harm comes to the creature within it. Go now, and keep safe my prize.
So, I remember when I very first played the campaign, when I was a kid, I did not realize somehow, like looking at it now, it's so friggin' obvious, right? I'm not gonna say just in case it's not obvious to someone, but to me now, obviously, I guess because I played them all, but if I hadn't, like it's pretty obvious what's inside that chrysalis, right? When I was a kid, I had no idea. I had no idea. So, all this was a shock to me. Alright, for the Overminds.
The hatchery is the heart of any Zerg colony. It spontaneously generates larvae, which in turn are used to spawn your various warriors and minions. Now, create a drone and start gathering resources.
He's gonna get retconned into oblivion. It's true. It's true. How you doing, Manatee? Welcome in.
Provide control for your minions. As your forces grow in number, you must hatch more overlords to control them. You have enough minerals. Select a larva and mutate it into an...
Listen, Dagoth. You might think I'm new to being a Cerebrate, but I'm not. I've been here before. Like how I say no spoilers. Yeah, man. I mean, you never know. Some people are seeing this for the first time.
Warrior strains. You must generate the various hive structures. The drones themselves mutate into these structures. Yet be careful. Never use your last drone to make a building.
I forgot about that. Q18 was even born. Swine pool, first hash. It's all WTF, my building exploded, yeah. Ended up getting it just before it was revealed. Wasn't 100% sure. Caught you by surprise too. But I wasn't the only one. I'm working on it. I gotta get my minerals saturated.
Structures can only implant themselves upon the creep.
Yeah, Dagoth. Come on, man.
Colonies to extend the creep, but only a hatchery can be built upon open ground.
I don't even know. Is there like any enemies on the map like this early on this first map? I don't know that I ever went and scouted. Yeah, there's enemies, all right. Man, it's kind of crazy how far away they put the gas on the campaign missions back in StarCraft 1. Like, the gas is almost always in a really awkward faraway spot where you have to, like, put 6 workers to saturate it or something. It's kind of funny. I have to get a macro hatch. That's what in a commercial. Oh, I don't know.
Greetings, I am Zaz. I too am a cerebrate of the Overmind.
Not as good as I am.
Located a small band of Terrans who could threaten the Chrysalis and the Hive Cluster. You must not allow them to leave here alive.
No problem. No problem. It's realistic. Yeah, I know, it's just funny. Even like some of the original ladder maps were like that too, though. And then when the game started getting really popular, and you know, people went in and fixed them to be more balanced. So I should make that into a sunken. Zergling speed. Does it? Yeah, so it lets you get Hydras on the first mission. I think that was actually part of it. I think we're probably way more saturated than you really needed to do for like the first Zerg mission, but it's alright. That hatchery gets done, we'll start building some units, get going. They do have fire bats. Fire bats absolutely destroy, especially stemmed fire bats. Zerglings. So we will end up switching over to Hydra. In original StarCraft, in Brood War, Hydralisk Den was just hatchery tech. Like, you build it on hatchery. You didn't have to upgrade. So for anyone that doesn't know, Zerg's main building, the hatchery, can be upgraded twice, to a lair and to a hive. And each time you upgrade it, it unlocks new building paths and new upgrades. In StarCraft 2, you have to have a lair to have a hatchery. Zergling speed is done. Let's go.
The Hive Cluster is under attack.
Goliaths, upgrading Goliaths ended up... So it's kind of interesting how strategies evolved over time, not just with maps and stuff, but like with people getting better at the game in the competitive scene. And like for a long time, it was seen like mech units like Goliaths and whatnot. Like going mech against Zerg wasn't a good idea. And then later on, it turned out to be really good as people perfected it. It took a bit for them to kind of discover that. Goliaths shred Zerglings. Commercial based on that. New color. I don't remember that one. I remember In Living Color. I don't remember commercial you're talking about. Yeah, I'm working on it. Let's go see what's up this way. Cat's transfixed by the gameplay. That's awesome. Are they watching the mouse or just... Like, I have a cat that really likes seeing the cursor moving. No surprise there, I guess. Actually, I think I am gonna make some more drones, because we've been using them for buildings. Check behind the monitor, see where things are going. The Zerg is kind of unique as well because their building that makes their workers also makes all their other units. So Zerg was always like a trade-off. You have to know when to make workers, and you have to know when to make units, because if you have to wait on larvae to use. They can't just queue things up. So they can mass back up really quick when they have a bunch of hatcheries. But the downside is if you've just made a wave of workers and the enemy attacks, you're kind of screwed. Unless you were already prepared. So did you carry? It's Fireman Bill. Jim Carrey's a really good actor. He got kind of, I mean, later on, he did get some more like serious roles, you know? Thank goodness. But man, he was really getting typecasted because of things like In Living Color, Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura. He's had some really good serious roles. Alright, we're just gonna scout with Zerglings. Circle Jones can help fight. They can all help fight, yeah. So there is a base I think we can clear out. There's gas up there too. Alright. 3. Take group of you. Hydras were my favorite unit in classic StarCraft. Not sure why. Because they were awesome, that's why.
All forces are under attack.
Majestic. I don't think I've seen that one. I don't think I saw that one. I have to check it out sometime.
Require more minerals. All forces are under attack.
Mass Hydra, your favorite unit? Yeah.
All forces are under attack. Require more minerals. Spawn more overlords. All forces are under attack. Spawn more overlords.
Bing, thank you for the follow. Sorry if I butchered your name or anything. I do appreciate the follow. Welcome in. Yeah, it's a little bit overkill for the first Zerg mission, but that's alright. It's kind of the way things have been going. I'm trying to remember everything, so we just build everything and then just destroy. StarCraft really liked the siege tanks. Yeah, I really like siege tanks. I actually, so I was a Terran main when I was playing competitively way back then, and everyone seemed to hate TVT, Terran versus Terran, but I liked it because it was like a chess game with siege tanks. Because you'd rather just build. Oh, you're just, yeah, just sit back and build slowly. Gotcha. Slightly overkill again. It's alright. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a comment below. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking this button. It helps out a ton. And after all of that, be sure to check out the next video right up here. Of course, as always, thank you guys for watching.